Guys, welcome to Marketing Food Online. So the question was, can I use alcohol in a baked good item that I'm going to be making in a cottage food setting? Of course, that being a home-based food business. Is that allowed? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain to you what you can and can't do and how you should label that here on Marketing Food Online. Hey guys, all right, so I had a question from one of my subscribers, and it actually is a great question. It's a topic I have not covered yet in regards to home-based food businesses and in regards to the ingredients, some of them that you may or may not be able to use because they may be alcohol-based. Of course, if it's rum or vodka or any of the sorts of those types of things, can you use them? The question was in a rum cake, for instance, or cookies or brownies of some kind, no matter what the recipe is. The bottom line is, can I do that in a cottage food business? Well, this particular state was actually Florida, and believe it or not, I actually called up the Florida Department of Agriculture, and I spoke with them directly, and I asked them this question, and to my surprise, they actually said, yes, you can. If you're using it as a flavor and it's an ingredient in a baked good, you can most certainly use it. Now, with that being said, depending upon this is not her, this is just my opinion. If you are selling it, try to make sure, of course, that it is sold to an adult at the point of sale, okay? If you're using alcohol to the point where it is a good amount, I would definitely just make sure that, of course, it's not a child or a young person that's consuming it. But if it's in a baked good, the bottom line, the answer was yes, you can do that. You want to make sure, though, that you list it as an ingredient. And keep in mind, when you list your ingredients on food products, you want to list it from the highest quantity of the ingredient down to the least. So let's just say you made a rum cake, okay? And you're using flour, which is probably the largest ingredient that's used in a rum cake is flour. And then you've got butter and eggs and so on all the way down to sugar. And you have maybe 2 teaspoons or whatever it may be of the alcohol. Make sure that it's at least listed on there so they know that it contains alcohol, okay? And just keep that in mind that is the state of Florida. Now, I did not call the 50 states total and call every single one of them to find this out. But other states, the good likelihood is yes, you can. I would definitely say call your state's USDA Department of Agriculture and ask them, say, look, you know what? I have a home-based food business, or I have a cottage food-based business, and I want to know for sure, is it okay if I use alcohol as an ingredient in baked goods? And I would tell you probably 99% of the time, it's going to be fine, okay? If you're serving alcohol with the baked good, that's probably not going to happen, and that will be probably illegal. So, but using it, of course, in a baked good or any type of a cookie or brownie, etc., it seems to be something that is perfectly fine. Now, keep in mind, when you want to start a cottage food business, you want to double check with either your health department or the USDA. The USDA is, of course, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and they are the ones who predominantly oversee the activities in cottage food businesses, and those are being, of course, at your home. A couple other tips really quick on the cottage food note is that if you are allowed to do that within your kitchen, most of the time you want to separate and utilize equipment that is dedicated to your business and not necessarily different utensils and bowls and equipment that you use throughout the day or throughout the week to prepare food for your family. You want to keep those separate, okay? And definitely, if you are creating gluten-free or allergen sensitive food products such as gluten and such, you want to definitely keep those separate and utilize them and clean them separately. Do not allow them to be cross-contaminated or come in contact basically with the utensils and other things that you use throughout the week, of course, because that is a highly allergic ingredient. And people who are gluten intolerant, it would definitely be something they don't want to consume. So to recap really quick, I would definitely just follow up with your state individually, but there's a good likelihood that it would be certainly okay to use alcohol when you're using it as an ingredient in a baked good. Just make sure, of course, that you put it on as a label ingredient. And remember that when you're serving samples, this is super important. This is, I've noticed throughout almost every state that I've ever come across in regards to cottage food business, is that if you're serving a sample, when you go to an event, that sample has to be pre-packaged. It can't be something that's normally cut up and then served with your fingers or something that's given. I've came across hardly any laws that I've noticed in doing my research for cottage food businesses that allow you to serve samples that are not packaged. So do keep that in mind. You want to keep the item pre-packaged and pre-portioned prior to going to an event. So if that helps you out, guys, as always, do give me a big thumbs up. I appreciate the support. And thank you to all my subscribers. As you guys know, you guys have given me great feedback, and I appreciate that. And if you guys have any questions about this in regards to cottage food businesses, let me know down below. If it's something new to you or you're something you were just getting into, I always appreciate feedback and questions, and it helps me generate fantastic content here on YouTube to help you guys understand it. So thank you guys, and take care. Have a great day.